Yes, traders, how are we doing? We're back again with another session looking at directional bias. We're doing a top-down analysis today, checking out where price is going. We want to kind of forecast. Listen, there's never ever a guarantee as to where price is going. You don't know. We are just trying. We're dealing with probabilities here, but we are developing a bias for the day. We're going to be looking at price action. We're going to be looking at signatures that the market leaves. We're going to be looking at all sorts of stuff that enable us to develop some form of a bias. Okay. So again, one of my favorite things today we're going to look at again is liquidity levels, because that usually tends to be a point at which I can say, all right, this is where I believe price could be going, especially after liquidity levels have been swept. Okay. So starting on the monthly, if we zoom out, we start on the monthly, we are going to be able to kind of just break it down from here, really and truly. I think yesterday I mentioned how if you zoom out, you can see that price generally on the monthly has been going higher. We've been going higher. We're in a higher movement, although really and truly we are moving higher within this level to this level over here. So really and truly, we are in a very, very key area here. If you think about it, that area is huge. In fact, we've come right into that key area. Wow. I don't know how I missed that the first time around, but look at that, guys. We've come right into this supply. The move that created the supply zone that created this push down, we've finally reached it. And I think from 2022, so it's taken at least 3 years here, because we're right at the beginning of 2026. I would say at least 3 years and a bit, 3 years and a couple months, 3 years and a month, really and truly, to get here, which is amazing. Wow. So you can see price has gone higher, but now we've hit this supply zone. What will price do as a result? That's the real question we want to ask. So I want to keep this zone here just as a reference point that we've hit a really key area of supply or a key area of resistance. And it's just now a case of will price break through, or will price look to turn around and show some level of selling pressure as we got from this particular zone back in 2021 in the month of June. Okay. But what we can say in the immediate sense, price has been bullish. It found support at this level. And ever since this low created in November, price has been extremely bullish. You can see here that it was creating the lows over here, higher lows. Price was breaking through the highs, and that we finally took out this last structural point. This last structural point has been taken out, and we can see that price is rejecting. The wick represents rejection of price. Sellers are coming in to the market, which I find very, 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 very fascinating. Okay, so what we want to do here is essentially assess this. I want to assess this. I want to know, my job today is to decide, will New York push that way or will New York push that way? And I think that's the way I kind of see the market. I trade one particular session. I'm a New York trader. I look to trade and every day I come to the charts, I have got to decide whether price, whatever Asia and London have done, will New York continue in that direction or will New York reverse against that direction? That's my job. I've only got two bits of things to work out here, right? And so everything we're doing here is going to help us decide whether we continue this move higher or whether we push lower, okay? So for now, I'm looking at the monthly, and I can tell you that overall, price still remains bullish overall, but we've come into a zone and the sellers are coming in to the market. So there's genuine selling pressure coming into the market, which I believe we need to assess. So the question is here, if the sellers have come in over here, is this selling pressure that's now changing the direction of this market? Or, for example, will February, tomorrow, well, no, not tomorrow, but Monday, will we see price open up in the month of February and continue lower or push higher? So again, these are things we need to find out. We need to really find out and work out. So let's assess and see what's going on here. So for me, overall, the monthly is overall bullish, but we're seeing some selling pressure that we need to assess. Are we breaking structure? These are the questions we need to ask. Are we breaking structure? Are we seeing a genuine break to the downside? Are we seeing a genuine rejection? Or is this just a pullback for price to continue going higher today? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. All right. So for me, my point here is that the monthly, I believe the monthly is overall bullish, but selling pressure coming in. All right, so it's not a conclusive. I haven't been able to say bullish, and then I've said bullish, but overall selling pressure. That means I've got to consider the other time frames and see what's going on here. Okay, but I'm respecting the fact that price is moving that way, but I'm also respecting the fact that price is rejecting. We can see the rejection of price. Okay, let's go to the weekly. Let me push this in a little bit more so we don't lose it. On the weekly. All right. Now the weekly is also showing the same type of, after we took out this level here, we've taken liquidity. We can see the beginning of the week had been bullish, but we've now seen selling pressure come into this market. I think all I need to do here, guys, is just confirm whether the selling pressure carries with it a break of structure. Does the selling pressure, so I'm going to say weekly, again, beginning of week, strong, bullish, but now seeing strong bearish pressure from sweep of structure high, which I believe is also 6-month high, previous 6-month high, and previous 12-month high. So these are really big liquidity levels, guys. So seeing a rejection from this level is not a shock. Okay, it's not a shock. Seeing a rejection from this level is not a shock. Okay, so monthly, weekly. Okay, monthly, weekly. Seeing a rejection from these levels is not a shock because we're seeing great levels of liquidity here. And let me prove that to you. Actually, let's have a look here. Over here, if we just remove this for a second, brilliant. Can you see how this high here? Look at that, it's a 12-month high. So it wouldn't shock me to see price from this level start retracing a little bit, start pulling back. We might see some moves. Who knows? No guarantee. But at least it's important for us to recognize that these highs have been taken. So what we see as a structure high is actually liquidity sweep at this moment. Price has gone high and has traded back within the range of this level. Okay, so I think that's really important. So I'm not discounting the, although the candle is green, I am not discounting the bears in this move at this moment in time. All right, if we go to the 2-day, the 2-day is still holding a bearish, right? The 2-day is still holding a bearishness. So we're seeing between Thursday and Friday, you're seeing that price is still holding that bearishness here. We haven't taken out the high of the previous 2 days. We're still holding. So again, if I was going to say anything about the 2-day, I would say this is bear for now, just based on the visual. There's not really much I can say about it. It just looks like we're not continuing higher. You know, price is put in a high, it's put in a low, but the body of the candle, majority of the body of the candle is pushing to the downside. So the 2-day for me is bear. Okay. All right. The daily. So again, we're trying to establish a higher time frame bias. The daily. Now, interestingly enough, right? The daily, think about what we're saying here. The daily had its structure area here. We had clear structure area over here. price broke through structure. We saw a breakthrough structure into this supply zone. Remember this supply zone, if you go back to the monthly, remember where we are? We're in this area where selling originally took place. All right, so you go to the daily, hit that supply zone, and then we started pushing downwards from here, okay? Now, here's my problem. Yes, we are moving bearish, no doubt about it. In fact, since we put in this high over here, let me use this pen. Since we put this high over here, we created another lower high, lower high, lower high. We have not created higher highs. Therefore, price has been in this type of retracement. We can see that. And you can see that we've gone lower, we've gone lower. However, today's chart shows that price has already taken out buy-side liquidity. Sorry, sell-side liquidity. Or previous day low. Therefore, price for me needs to prove this is what I call the barrier. If basically price trades between the barrier, right? So if this is the previous day, this is the barrier. The new day opens, price is either going to break this and reverse back in, or break this and continue, or go the other way and go break the high and continue higher, or break the high and go the other way, break the low. Do you see my point? So this becomes the barrier by which we trade. So when price has already taken out this liquidity level, the question now is, will price continue lower, or will price reverse and continue higher? That's it. That's all I can do. So once this has been violated, it actually helps me in terms of where I believe price, or understanding where price is going. So although I can say we're bearish for now, as previous day low has been taken. The previous day low has been taken, and therefore we are essentially saying that for now we're bearish, but there's no guarantee. Price could reverse. Okay, so here's my higher time frame perspective, guys. My higher time frame perspective is, at the moment we are retracing, but this violation of this low, unless price breaks through these levels, or unless price, for me, guys, price is going to need to break through this low over here. I'll need to see that for me to want to sell this. Is there another way that I could sell this? Potentially. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so there's two things that can happen, guys. Price could trade back this way and take the liquidity of London and break structure to the upside. I'll be looking to buy this. Or price could break the high of London. I'm looking to buy it. Why? Because liquidity to the sell side has already been taken. Since price has taken the money to the sell side, if it breaks the structure, I'm going to be trading with the assumption, or with the thought process, that price wants to go and take liquidity to the upside, essentially. So for me, this looks brilliant. I like what I'm seeing here. Previous day low taken. Therefore, I'm looking at this from the perspective that price, having taken the previous day low, is probably trading now on this side of liquidity. It's trading within the range, probably going higher. Now, is it possible that price could go lower? No doubt. Price could. For New York, from 12 o'clock, we could see price do this. If it does this and closes, then I'm going to look to continue selling. It means that the liquidity that it swept, it created fresh liquidity and price is just going to basically run him through. All right. So for me, I maintain at this point an if statement. All right. Now, please understand there's no guarantees in trading. So this is what we're saying. We're saying if. Let me get my thing. Can I get this lower? Can I just make it smaller? No, I can't. Okay. Let's see if we can get this on here somewhere. Don't know where it's gone. I think sometimes with there we are. Okay. Oh, do you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna create another one. Oh, there we are. We're here. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. Here's my conclusion, guys. Because we've said we're overall bullish, but you can see that we've hit supply, we've been trading. And just before that, actually, have we been breaking structure? I mean, if you consider this a swing structure point, the answer is yeah, we broke the 1 hour, tapped. Did we break the structure over here? We have rough kind of, all right, but it hasn't been strong. We haven't taken out 4 hour structure. So that 4 hour, we're still trading between the 4 hour higher low and 4 hour higher high. Therefore, all of this is still bullish. You put your trend line, that is still bullish. Okay, so price, for me, this is just a pullback. At this point, we're just pulling back because we haven't taken out any 4 hour structure. And I usually like the 4 hour structure for me is like it's a good middle time frame structure level to see whether we're really breaking and changing direction. For me, this looks like price is doing one thing here. Now, does that mean the retracement's over? No, we could still see price move lower, even to these levels. And so the retracement might be over. But what I'm saying is at the moment, contextually, price for me is still moving. We're still bullish. I've still got to maintain that mentality, okay? But being bullish overall does not mean we're bullish in terms of what we're doing today. Now, so here we go. If price breaks below London session and closes, then I will look for opportunities to sell. Okay? I think this is important. If price breaks and closes above London high, I will look for opportunities to buy. In other words, what I'm saying is if price breaks above this high over here, right, let's move this line just for a second. If price breaks above this line over here, I'll be looking for price opportunities to go higher. Okay, again, that's off the mindset that we've taken liquidity of previous day low. If we now break the structure on the 1 hour, that will give me an indication that potentially price is continuing, we're officially continuing that bullish move. Now, bear in mind, what do I want to say here? Yeah, and I think that's okay. I think I don't want to overload. There we are. So that's my mindset. This is my final take. If we break beneath London low, right, I'll probably look to sell. If we break above London high, I'll probably look to buy. Listen, I could be wrong. It's just my thoughts. I'm just sharing my thoughts. This is not financial advice. It's just my thoughts. But what I do like is that overall, I can see the picture overall. Price is still moving that way. So a break of here would be perfect for me to be looking for opportunities to go higher. Even if it's just back to these highs again, I'll take that. I'll take that. This for me just looks like a pullback because we haven't taken out real structure. So yeah, so do you know what? Overall, that overall bullishness and this beginning of the week, strong bullish, but now seeing strong bearish pressure, that bearish pressure is not coming with break of structure. I need serious break of structure. And at the moment, I don't feel like we're getting that. But what we do have is we have liquidity levels swept. The previous day low has been taken. And with previous day low being taken, it means we can look potentially either for price to reject the bull move and push back this way. Right now, what will be fascinating, guys? I tell you what. Let me just clear this for a second. If we just go back to the daily, this is our previous day low. Let me use the horizontal rate so we don't get it wrong. All right, that's our previous day low. What's fascinating is if price does something like this, a strong close back within previous day low, I'm going to anticipate that price is going lower, because what it would tell me is that the bears have respected this supply level. Can you see the two structural points made here? The two structural points made in this London session become, just like our daily, become our barrier points. That's a barrier point. This is a barrier point. Let me change the color so you guys can see. That and that. That's a barrier point. So what we're saying here now is that if price gives me a strong, aggressive move, even if it doesn't break the structure, if it breaks the structure even better, then for sure, I'm selling this without even looking, right? That's just my thought process. But what I want you to see is that a strong rejection beyond previous day low, this white line here, previous day low, tells me that the market has rejected or has respected the supply. The sellers at this level, created by this structure level here, sellers are super strong. And therefore, I can anticipate that price will continue if it tries to retest a zone like here or whatnot. So that's just my thought process, you know. There's, like I said, no guarantees, guys. This is just how I'm kind of seeing the market and what I think the market is doing. So yeah, that's it really. I'm looking at price to do one or two things: either break the high or come back within previous day and give me a reason to retest and trade lower. Okay, that's it really. Let's see how it goes and let's take it from there. Awesome. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Please do subscribe and let's keep winning. Let's keep learning. Let's keep studying. Let's keep trusting the process. And I believe the best is still yet to come. Blessings, guys.